So hey everybody, it's April 2018 and welcome to my show this month. It's been a long time since I brought in a residential mortgage lender to my show, so it's about time. And I have a special guest for you today. His name is Sean Herrero, and he's with RPM Mortgage. He's already a local celebrity in his own right, because some of you might have already seen him on the internet. He's on Instagram, and his screen name on Instagram is Adventure Lender. I will kind of just have him do a little quick intro of himself really quick, and we'll just kind of go from there. So Sean, welcome.
Right on. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I've been a mortgage lender for about 18 years now. Absolutely love what I do, and just try to do things a little bit different than most. Really just, not all mortgages are created equal. I think there's a lot of different ways to approach it, and my goal is just to educate as many people as I possibly can when they're ready to make what is most likely the biggest purchase in their life.
Very good. Well, Sean, going back to Instagram, because I think that's really important, at least to me. So you have some really cool posts on Instagram. I actually first knew about you on Instagram. I have a question I've never asked you before. Is like, where is the coolest place you ever traveled?
Yeah, so for me, I had my first child when I was 21, so I haven't traveled globally yet, but I love California because we have everything at our fingertips. My favorite place to travel to in California is Santa Cruz Island, which is one of the Channel Islands off of Ventura. It's remote. You get dropped off by a boat. They leave you there. No cell service. Just get to go play in the ocean, go kayaking, go through sea caves, go spearfishing. It's just, I don't know, it's a magical spot. So that would hands down be my favorite adventure spot in California.
Okay, got it. And then how did you get your screen name Adventure Lender? Is this because of all the stuff you like to do?
Yeah, so it's hard to make mortgage interesting, so with social media, and what I think is with social media, video, we all have the ability to really show who we are. And I want to make sure that, if somebody's either choosing a lender, I want them to know who I am, and I want to be authentic as possible. So, for me, I love outdoor sports. I love rock climbing, spearfishing. I just like outside, and I don't golf. So, I'm not the guy to go golfing with someone. So it kind of just came over time. I had one that was like Adventures in Real Estate, and it was way too long. And then one day I was just driving, and Adventure Lender came together, and I changed it, and it's a little cheesy, but it works.
Well, it works for me, and it really, like, your personality and whatnot really shows through your Instagram. So keep doing a good job with that. One thing I wanted you guys to also know about him is that he's got this cool Mercedes Sprinter van that doubles as, his transportation method, and also as his office. He's actually in it right now, if you don't realize it. So this is his mobile office. Can you give us a really quick tour of what it looks like?
Yeah. So right now what you're seeing, here's my desk. I don't have my computer out right now, but and it's not a big space. There's the back. The work in progress. I have some cabinets to build, but yeah, I mean, with technology, with Wi-Fi, we have the ability to work from anywhere. My goal is to help as many people with purchasing homes throughout California. And one question I get a lot, because I'm always mobile, is where's your office? And now it's everywhere. So
you're pretty much everywhere, and like, I think you take like the mobile office to like this other level.
I hope that's the goal. That was the goal for sure. Yeah. It's about a year now, and it definitely took some adjusting to get used to, but I absolutely love it.
So one thing I noticed on your Instagram profile, for example, is that your job title is Offer Acceptance Specialist, and I don't think people really know what that means. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So in California, at least in the Bay Area, it's the hard part is getting accepted. You have a lot of options when it comes to getting a loan, and I just don't think enough.
Okay.
Somebody a mortgage is not enough. You have to be able to get them accepted. So what I started doing last year is really paying attention to the amount of work I have to do to get somebody in. Sending a pre-approval letter over to the realtor submits the offer, and then that's the end of the job. I just don't believe it. It's psychology. We have to understand what the seller is looking for, what the listing agent's concerns would be, and be able to overcome those to ultimately get clients accepted. So, that's really what I look at is, I don't want to just be a lender. I have to be more than that. I have to be an offer acceptance specialist to get people into their homes.
Yeah. So like, one thing I heard you mention is that you're able to even compete with, folks in multiple offer situations where you're getting the client a loan, but some other buyers paying cash, correct?
Yeah. So, we're kind of competing with the media. I think the media, for some reason, is saying don't buy a home, or it's too expensive, you're not going to get accepted, but your rent's skyrocketing, so you're just doomed. And I don't understand the messaging, so I feel like it's our job to overcome that. So for me, the media last year, even currently, is saying, you have to be all cash. It's going to be foreign investor or tech millionaire. That's the only people that get to home. Case at all. We beat cash all the time. We beat higher priced offers. It's understanding what the seller's looking for that matters. And oftentimes it's not just about the money. There's a lot more to it. So we just have to know what we're looking at going into it. But yeah, don't be scared of cash. Less than 30% of transactions are cash. We beat them all the time. Everyone has an equal opportunity in buying a home. You just have to be ready to put the work in to get it.
Yep, I totally agree. I have a question now about rates. There's been a lot of chatter and whatnot that rates are spiking upwards. We have no idea what rates are going to be like towards the end of 2018. So what's your take on all of that?
Yeah, so there's a couple different pieces. One thing that people look at is the Fed. So the Fed is supposed to raise rates 3 times this year. People immediately think that means that they're raising mortgage rates. When the Fed raises rates, it's completely separate from mortgage rates. It does have an impact on a second mortgage called an equity line. So if you have a home equity line of credit, that will follow the prime rate. And what the Fed is moving is the prime rate. So an equity line will be directly impacted, but a traditional mortgage is not. That being said, mortgage rates have been moving up the entire year. And so I think human nature is kind of fear-based. I have clients who said they wanted, 3 years ago, they're going to wait till prices drop before they buy a home, and they haven't dropped. And then with rates going up, people are kind of saying the same thing. Oh, I'll wait till rates come down. Well, I don't know what crystal ball they have, but what if rates don't come down? So what I want people to understand is the mortgage interest rate is not what you're trading. You're trying to buy the home, and a mortgage interest rate is a means to an end. So as an example, if you bought a home today and the interest rate was 4.25%, for example, and you feel like that's higher than it should have been compared to what it was at the end of last year, well, what if rates go up to 5% in the next few months, next year? You're going to be really happy you have the interest rate you have because it's below what it will be in the future. Conversely, if rates go down, so you buy a house today at 4.25, rates go down to 3.75. You there? Quarters, you can always refinance. So mortgage financing you're not tied into it. It's not a done. You always have an opportunity to take advantage of the market in the future. The most important part is getting into the home.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you because one of the things that, you hit it right on the nail. Mortgage financing isn't permanent, kind of like your home is more permanent. It's not going to move. You're going to be staying there, but you could always change your financing when the opportunity presents itself each time there's a dip or whatnot, right?
Absolutely. So, with appreciation, everything else, I just always look at inflation as a guide. And a story I like to tell, my grandparents bought an Eichler in Cupertino in the Silicon Valley in the 70s for $45,000. And we all hear that and go, oh my gosh, how great would it be able to buy a house for $45,000? But they were scraping money together just like we all are to buy that home because at that time a candy bar cost a nickel. Well, ever since my grandmother told me a candy bar was a nickel, I use that as my guide. So go to the grocery store, now they're $2. So the reason the home in Cupertino that was purchased for $45,000 now sells for $2 million, yes, a large part of that is supply and demand, but inflation, the value of the dollar plays a large part in that as well. So, if you're borrowing money for a mortgage, it's the same idea. The sooner you borrow to buy the asset, inflation will most likely continue in that direction over a long period of time. I just don't see housing being a bad bet.
Very, very good explanation. So as you guys can see, Sean's a wealth of information. I encourage you to reach out to him for any specific mortgage scenarios or just talk about mortgages in general with him. And I have his contact information scrolling above his screen. So thank you, Sean, for joining.
Oh, my pleasure.
And I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Bye.